see me. Or your second boyfriend over here.
Like 2 days.
She just wants love. You're just so loving, mama girl. It's funny when she gets tired and she gets all... And we're like, why can't you just be like this all the time?
Watch out.
Okay.
You got it. Come on. Jump up. Come on. Stop scratching my leg. Jump up. Come on. Jump up. Oh, you're retarded.
Oh, so you're a dumb fuck.
Can't help you.
Avalone, who is a former right-wing Nazi white supremacist conservative, is an example of someone whose politics...
Hunter Avalone was a former Nazi fascist? Wait, what?
I love you.
I'm pretty sure Hunter Avalone was at worst one of the anti-SJW bros. I don't think he was ever a fucking alt-right Nazi. Holy shit.
This. He also said in his last video on Sophie that Hunter Avalone, who is a former right-wing Nazi white supremacist conservative, is an example of someone whose politics were bad but is a good person.
Jesus.
But apparently that grace is not extended to Kira Chatz.
Just in case.
Wonder why. He goes on to say that he found out that he was banned in Kira Chat's stream and then says...
Now, would you guys like to guess what
Jay was telling me, he's like, yeah,
what is this?
I'll give, he's like, my boss is going to want to get you on the phone.
Kira Chatz has
like,
actually
and since
had
you're up there,
like a ton of
you might have to come up
a ton of abuse directed at
whatever.
her, and that's
I'd have
not
to schedule
something
it to
that
make sure
I'll
it works,
deny
but like
at all.
worst case scenario,
So,
we go up there for a weekend.
Bad Bunny
Like,
does
I'll
this
just
thing
do it
with her
after
chat
whatever I
where
have
she
to do.
basically is like she does like a FinDom bit with them. So the whole $5 a month thing. Do you guys remember the $5 a month?
Well,
that was like
no,
a bit
I
that she
don't
was
think
doing, and so that got taken and blown up, and all these people
Yeah,
were like,
well,
"Wow, look at
there's,
this
like,
greedy
my
bitch!
size,
Wow, look at this girl!"
like
But
the
the whole thing is that
box
it's like a joke
trucks.
with her community. So that
Those
I do
aren't
really
big.
think that he is correct that she got a ton of hate for that.
They're not big.
But
The
again,
semis
I
are
don't know
big,
what this
and
has to
those are
do with
moderate.
building the case that
Okay.
Xander Hall is not an ally.
Oh, Merrick is a Xander Hall friend. She's probably also slightly friendly towards Bad Bunny. Oh, we've drawn up complicated battle lines.
Huh?
Oh my god, I fucked him, bro.
Oh my
This
goodness.
guy barely ever comes. And I have
Something
to,
funny. I mean, it's huge.
and I forgot to
exactly
Not
got me
turnip guy,
banned
right?
and blocked by
Not
Bad
Timmy?
Bunny here. Now, it's not because of any, I'm not like trans or gay or anything like that,
He
or
is,
bi,
Pixel,
so it's not
so he
because of
should
her
be fine.
bigotry, so I will let you guys know it is
He's
not
an
because
NPC.
I am part of any marginalized groups that Bad Bunny has a bigotry towards.
Well, I see what you've done there, Xander Hall. You have made a loaded statement. You presented our friend Kira as a bigot without actually providing any evidence that she is a bigot.
He's not going to go over any of the logs or statements. I know the thing that's sad is I know he knows about these because I'm sure she's gotten like a lot of hate, like modern day. Is he just going to pretend that these don't exist? Really, dog?
Now, and that is a reason that she would ban you from her community now, or that even when she was a bigot in any way that she would like ban you for being bisexual.
Wait, why am I doing
or
red
trans.
circuits like this?
He then talks about how she had a bit of banter with him when he went into a stream one day, and she asked him what he was up to today, and when he said he would be streaming later, she popped off at him. Now, it kind of sounds to me like she was having a bit of banter with him, considering that a lot of streamers think that that is self-promo. It literally sounds to me like the kind of joke that me and Kira would share if I went into her chat.
Just as a heads up, this idea that like Bad Bunny just jokes with people has been one of the biggest criticisms that her community and people in the past have had against her is because she is horribly abusive when it comes to humor. I'm somebody that has very edgy, very cynical, very dry humor, and I could never tell when she was joking with her community. The only way that our joking worked in real life was because I'm able to be very dry as well, and nothing she says bothers me because I don't care. So it's funny. I'll go as hard as she wants until she starts crying, which she never did, to be fair. She has a very, very, very dry sense of humor. But she doesn't know when other people can't tell when she's joking. I remember, I've told this story a few times, I remember one of the craziest times in my life was... I think it was when I was in Seattle when we were hanging out. We were at a restaurant and we're sitting across from each other and she's chatting on her Discord. And then I take a look at what's going on and I'm looking at it and I'm like, bro, you guys are like roasting the fuck out of this dude. And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm looking at this chat and her whole Discord is like going hard on this guy. And she's like blowing him up over something. And I'm like, you guys are like shitting on this guy hardcore. Like, I think he's like pretty bothered. And I knew who the guy was. Like, this guy's been in your community for a long time. She's like, oh, no, trust me. This is how we joke. And I'm like, I don't think he's joking. She's like, no, trust me, okay? This is how we're all joking. We do this. You just don't know my community. And I'm like, okay. And then later on, I think like an hour or two later, I think we were either at the hotel or some other place. And she's laughing. And I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, look at this guy. That guy was DMing her from her chat. And he's like, hey, I don't know if you're like actually mad at me. Like, it seems like you guys are really upset and I'm not sure what I did wrong. And she's still attacking him in DMs. And I'm like, it seems like this guy's bothered. And she's like, no, you don't understand. Me and this guy go way back. This is how we joke with each other. And I'm like, he seems like he's really upset. I don't think he's joking. And that guy left her community, obviously, a little bit later. But it's like, bro, are you serious right now? Like, holy shit. Was it this? No. It was later on. Why were you ever friends with her? Because she has a personality type that I get along with really well. I like people that have very dry, very mean sense of humor. But I don't use that on everybody. I turn it off, obviously. I'm not going to like go hard. There's nothing for me to even talk about. Where's the mic clip? There's nothing for me to even talk. God, who's that soy voice? It's not a joke. Her community is entirely abusive, insanely dogpilot. Yeah, I know. She has a huge complex about people leaving her community too because nobody sticks around. I know that too. We talked about that a lot in person. She's like, I don't know why people like leave my community so much. And we had a huge conversation about it, but she just didn't understand. Here's another thing where I don't think she realizes that like I actually felt bad watching Mike because Mike was like, Mike was, I'm trying to think of a nicer name for soy. Mike was like a pushover who was like, probably felt like he was batting out of his league with Bad Bunny is my guess, that she's like somebody that he shouldn't have been with. So he was like very, very conciliatory towards her, never stood up for himself. She abused the fuck out of him constantly. And he just couldn't handle it. But she's roasting him for the whole time on this stream while he's in the background, like being like shy about it. Hold on.
I don't know. Probably go off. Maybe I'll turn the. I don't want to dox them, so I want to like not show any travel between.
Sure.
Anything.
Oh yeah. The space between.
If it was my place, I would be less like it's my doxing. It's like I don't want to dox like my friends. That's like so much worse.
I could care less. The logo does.
Right, yeah, but. Just saying.
Hold on.
Perhaps, yeah. He's got super low emotional intelligence for whatever reason. That's what surprises me because I didn't think he would have a low.
She's just talking about Mike right now.
Intelligence. For me? Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So they're gonna be here in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Dad, I'll miss you.
No, they'll be back.
Well, I know, but I'll miss them for right now. Of course, we're gonna see them like.